Hi, June. How you doing, sweetie? I know, baby girl. I know. You're going soon. 10 more days. 10 more days. She gets fixed. Tomorrow, these little boys get shots. Little Annie got hers 2 days before they did. Look at these two just touched noses. And I missed it. Oh, you're such a sweet little girl, Annie. Look at your precious little brothers. Oh my gosh. Can't even take it. I thought I'd make you a little bit of a playroom down here in the basement. Looks like your sister's already been down here dropping her fur everywhere, though, haven't you, June? Yes, I know. June's in heat. She just lost her baby. June the 30th. Little Juniper lived from June the 15th to June the 30th. It was such a beautiful little baby, a single kitten litter. I miss her so much. June's first time being a mama. And we found her on our property. Same place I found my other cat, Little Feather, that is her identical twin. I've seen June on my security camera before, but I've never been able to get her to come up to me. So I feed the stray cats. But she came up to my daughter and was wallowing all over her. And my daughter called me, who lives in the front of my property, where we found Little Feather, and told me that there was a cat down there that looked just like mine. So I drove down there to look at it, and this cute little lovable thing was rolling all over her, and I couldn't believe it. I got her some cat food, and she ate 2 bowls, and I felt so sorry for her. I carried her up here and let her stay right there in my basement, in that corner where all the cat litter now is. And I came down to check on her the next morning, and she had a single kitten. I was nervous that I might have taken her away from kittens she already had, but her nipples had not ever been sucked on, so I knew that she hadn't fed any. I took her to the vet and they did an x-ray, and there was no more kittens in there, so it's likely they may have dissolved inside of her if they were not properly developing, or she may have did the dreaded thing we can't stand to even think of, and that's eat them if they were born dead. But since her belly was completely empty when I found her, I don't think she ate them, because she ate 2 bowls of food. So I'm just guessing it was a rare single kitten litter. She didn't know how to be a mom, so I had to bottle feed that little precious baby. And in those 15 days, I got so close to that little kitten. When she passed, my heart broke. It still broke for little Juniper. My friend messaged me and said, I know this girl who has 3 kittens. Oh, June, be nice to Arrow. Come on. June is in heat, so she's a little grouchy because she lost her baby. She goes right back in the heat. So I've only known June for 16 days. But we're getting her fixed. We have an appointment. But anyway, my friend Cindy called and said that she had a little calico kitten girl, just what Juniper was. Only Juniper was actually a calico. I don't quite think that that's what she is. be a calico mix. See that? But anyway, of course my heart was so ripped out and broken, only a kitten could mend it. And then the next day I'm talking to my friend Cindy, and she tells me there was 2 other kittens with that one, her brothers, that didn't have a home. And I told my husband about it, and he's an animal lover like I am. His heart melted for the 2 little kittens out on their own. So I called my friend Cindy back and told her to bring those kittens to me. So I went from having 1 cat in my house that's 1.5 years old to now having 5. In June, when I took her to the vet and got her x-rayed to make sure there was no more babies inside of her, and he said that she was definitely out of the wild, and she had never given birth before. She was approximately 1.5 years old since she was found in the same place, and she's the same age of my cat that is absolutely so identical. If my cat didn't have a deformed tail, which is probably why her mother abandoned her at 3 weeks old in the woods in my house. And I just happened to be down there and hear crying in the middle of a cold, dark night. Sent my husband into the thicket and told him not to come out unless he had a kitten in his hands, because there was no way I could live knowing a kitten like that screaming that hard for help would have lived. And we found Little Feather, but the vet said, yep, it's very, very likely not only are they from the same litter, but he said they're probably twins. So when you see my videos, you probably won't be able to tell one from the other, except for June does have a slightly bigger head, because wild cats generally do have bigger heads. And Little Feather, of course, we got her at 3 weeks old, and we got her shots and fixed right away, like we're doing the rest of these little guys. Look at this. Yeah, you like that little bed I made for you? So now we have Cosmo, his name is dedicated after little Juniper, who had 3 little hearts on her back. It was so sweet. I called her my little Queen of Hearts, and she really was just the most loving thing. And I'll tell you, as an animal lover, it can be 3 days or 30 years you're with an animal, and when they die, it hurts just the same. It is painful. Once your heart is involved, it doesn't matter how long you are connected. I was grieving, but I called her my little Queen of Hearts because she had 3 hearts on her. And I read oracle, spiritual, inspirational cards, and I read my cards, and they told me ahead of time that Juniper probably wasn't going to make it. Well, they absolutely said she's going to die. And I fought against the universe with every fiber of my being anyway. Look at how cute they are. But my cards also told me that I was going to get her back immediately in the most unexpected way. And I'll tell you what, my little Queen of Hearts gave me 3 actual, literal beating hearts. And that is the most unexpected thing I ever imagined. And I am in love with each one of these guys in such a unique and different way. They are all so precious. And the only one having trouble is June, even though she's the sweetest. Look at her, most loving cat ever. There's not a mean bone in her body. But she is in heat, so she's very, very grouchy. And I think she may have been abused by a human before. She's pretty scared of them in general. She cowers down, but she still goes up to him and loves on him. And I gave her a bath the other day, and she didn't stick a claw in me one time. Little Feather dug those claws in my back as deep as she could. And Feather is not liking the kittens. I'm sure she's jealous because she's been the only cat in the house since she was born. And we had 2 dogs. One of them passed away of old age. God love him. You'll see videos of him. His name is Ben Ben. He's a blonde little Yorkie, Shih Tzu mix. And then I still have Scarlet, who's a little black Yorkie. But Little Feather, my cat, and Scarlet have been the only 2 animals in the house since October of last year. And those 2 have gotten so close. Not so much that Scarlet cares for the cat, she tolerates her, but Feather would force Scarlet to love her and let her lay with her, and just, it was so precious. And now that Mommy and Daddy's given attention to other cats, yes, the other animals in the house are acting jealous, and June being in heat, so I gotta watch Little Feather around all of them. She was going to actually cause a fight with little June, and I will not allow that. So Feather is upstairs right now. That's why we're separating them. And as soon as June is fixed, I believe the problem will be solved. I pray to God that it is, because I love each and every one of these cats, and the last thing